Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mish.
I'm Bree, and this is Chat MBTea, where we talk about life and shoot the shit.
Yay! So excited.
So exciting. So, Mish, what do you have going on this week? What's been happening?
I got LASIK.
Ooh.
Well, it wasn't like traditional LASIK. It was it's called Smile,
Okay.
which is interesting for an eye procedure.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, but it went really well.
Okay.
I had a lot of anxiety, but it went okay.
Good.
And now I can see.
Ooh.
So I have a follow-up, I think in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And yeah, so far so good. I've been loving it.
Have you been wearing your sunglasses outside?
I have, yeah. And in the car.
Very proud.
Thank you.
You didn't today, but
I did not. But you're right. You're right. I didn't. But I did yesterday.
okay.
But yeah, it's been good.
Good. I'm glad.
How about you?
It's been busy the last week, 2 weeks. Just a lot of running around, a lot of things to do, places to be.
Mm-hmm.
Can't complain. Just
You're a busy gal.
tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. But, I do have something a little exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I started personal training.
Ooh.
And I'm meeting with a nutritionist on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that and, really kickstart, all the things that I'd like to see moving forward.
We love that.
Yes.
It's all part of the spring cleaning that we talked about. So that's
Yes.
super exciting.
Exactly.
On another note, though, we have officially released our first few episodes. We are live.
I know.
That is insane. As of today, as of this recording, we have over 100 followers on Instagram, which thank you guys so much. That's absolutely incredible. I think we hit 100 before we even released anything.
We did.
Which is wild to me. And we released our intro in our first 3 episodes. We have 91 listens.
Ooh. I feel so special.
I know. It's absolutely crazy that people are listening to us.
I know. Especially, I feel like we talk about it all the time. Like, we think we're funny, but
Yeah.
we're not sure if other people think we're funny.
So hearing people that we know tell us, oh my God, that was so funny or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because I think we're funny. I listened back to it and I was laughing to myself. But I wasn't sure how other people would take it or if
for
they
sure.
think that we're funny. So it's been incredible. Thank you guys so much for listening and for being here with us. This is awesome. And I can't believe this is real life.
I can't believe this is it's happening. I know we said that, I think, in the intro or something, but genuinely, it's just been such a wild, crazy ride to get here. And I feel like for us, at least, it feels like it happened so fast.
Yeah.
It was one day we were like, okay, let's start a podcast, and to actually be releasing it and having people tell us what they think is wild.
I know. It's
wild.
So crazy. But we're here now.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting. We're so happy to be here. And we're happy you're here.
Yes.
So, any other updates?
Not at the moment. Not that I know of.
I feel like there was something that I wanted to complain about, but I don't remember what it was.
I complain about many things. I don't. But now that we're talking about what we're complaining about, nothing comes to mind.
Nothing comes to mind. We need to create a shared notes app.
Yes.
To remember
and be this awful thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. We'll circle back.
We'll circle back to that.
Put a pin in it.
All right. Well, let's get into it. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about the few times that we thought we were going to die. Actually, you guys are listening and not watching. Misha's face tells you exactly how we feel about these stories.
The anxiety that runs through my veins thinking about these times and talking about them is just, it's not normal.
I still don't think that our moms know at least one of these stories. I know one of them. I think they definitely do. But the other one, I don't think my mom knows.
About which one? The first one or the second?
The first one.
Oh, I don't think my mom knows about the first one either.
Well, you're going to find out today. Sorry, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Oops. This was genuinely one of those things where you like look around and you're like, this is how I die. Like, this is it.
Yeah. This is how it ends. We've lived however many years it was at that point, and it was nice knowing you. See you never.
See you never.
It was.
Oh my gosh. So I know that you guys don't know what we're going to be talking about, but just I want to mentally prepare everybody for the level of absurdity that comes along with these stories, because I think back now as an adult and I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. The second one wasn't our fault.
No.
But like we literally almost died, and like so much anxiety there. It's a lot to unpack. But the first one was like, idiots. But we thought quickly on our feet.
We did. We really did. Honestly. So just as you're listening, take a listen. Do you think that we're being dramatic, or are we really just a little nuts? Like, I need to know from somebody else. These are not stories like we tell at dinner parties. You know what I mean?
No.
These are the stories that like drunkenly come up in conversation at like a very, very, very close, like me, you, and Alice.
These are stories that were blocked out of our memory. And it's like bits and pieces that both of us remember, different bits and pieces that when we do talk about it, they just gradually come back together and we're like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh. So with that, we literally had to sit down and we're talking about these stories and we're having conversations. It's like, oh, wait, but this happened. And then we're like, oh, and because of that, this happened.
Yeah, like things started coming back together, but literally were like, never thinking about that again. That's gone. Our brains just like
stopped.
We're not reliving that ever again. But here we are reliving it again for you.
Hope you enjoy.
Hope you enjoy our trauma.
Okay.
And lessons learned. These should be lessons to girls everywhere. Not do these.
Don't do what we did. That's the overall theme of today's episode.
Yeah.
Don't do what we did.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first one. We were 17-ish, 16, 17.
I was 17, so I was driving.
Yes, I don't think I was 17 yet.
You were not.
I'm a youngin'. What do you want? And we were going through it.
Yeah.
Like truly having a hard time. So, of course, naturally, what did we think to go do to get through said hard time?
We decided it was the wise thing to do to go to this sketchy beach that we didn't know was sketchy at the time, I have to say.
Right.
We didn't know it was sketchy, but we heard about this beach that you could sit on like the pier and you could see the New York City skyline from it. So we decided that's what we were going to do today. We were going to take some cute pictures of the New York City skyline, and that's how we were going to calm our woes.
At night.
Well, the sun was setting. We were going for sunset, I think.
Ish.
After
about 10 minutes of it was dark.
It was dark. No, like we were there, the 90% of the time that we were there, it was dark.
Yes.
And we were there not for very long, and we'll tell you why.
So, of course, because, two young girls.
Idiots.
We were like, the best place to be isn't on the pier.
No.
We gotta jump the fence on the pier and sit on the rocks so that way we have a better view.
And we could take cuter pictures because we're sitting on the rocks. And that's so like badass, rebellious. We're climbing this fence and we're sitting on the rocks because that was like the coolest thing that we ever done at that point.
That's like the Manasquan Inlet, not Manasquan.
It is Manasquan. The rocks that are
reservoir?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was an era. I feel like rocks in general, I don't know what it is with teenagers, but they're like, rocks, we gotta go.
Yeah.
It's just the thing. So we decided to sit on the rocks, And we were, being in our deep emo teenage feelings.
Emo teenage feelings.
We were really going through it. It was a bad time.
It was a time. I don't even remember like what month that was.
Nope.
It had to have been warm.
It was definitely the summer.
It was the summer?
Mm-hmm.
Was it school time or like summer?
I think summer.
Okay.
It was definitely summer.
Okay. Great.
Cool.
Couldn't tell you, but all right.
And we're sitting there, and Snapchat was a huge thing. So I just remember sitting there and like Snapchatting all of our friends and
Posting on the story.
Right. Like, oh my gosh, look at this cool place, blah, blah, blah. And unbeknownst to us, this large man is walking up the pier.
Towards us.
Towards us.
Yeah.
And stops directly behind us, blocking the fence to let us back onto the pier.
Yep. So we're stuck.
Literally.
We're stuck. Like, just to put things into perspective, it was either we're like going over this fence and being face to face with this man, or we're going in the water.
Right.
There was no in between. That was it. Or we're stuck on the rocks for the rest of our lives.
This is our home now.
But like, that's it. That to put things into perspective, that was our moment where it was like, oh shit.
It wasn't too bad because he was just standing there, and I was like, okay, maybe he's just, admiring the skyline like we are.
There was like 5 other people on that pier, and he happened to stand right next to where we were sitting.
No, there was people at the end of the pier sitting on the benches on the back, and then there was people like down further.
Right, but like near us, there was nobody.
Yeah.
So like he could have stood
anywhere
to go admire that skyline. He stood to basically block our...
Yeah.
I don't know if he was like trying to block or just talk, but like we were not getting out with him standing there.
No. And so, of course, he comes over and we're like, okay, just going to pretend we don't see him. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. We were both like in our phones and like talking to each other, like trying to completely ignore the fact that he's standing right there.
And then he's like, hey. But he doesn't say anything. And he's like, so, like, what are your names? Do you guys have, like, Snapchat, social media? We are literally currently Snapchat. Like, you could definitely see our phones.
Yeah.
No social media. We're not allowed.
It was a smart thing to do because then he would have we would have said yes. He would have been like, oh, like, what is it? Like, pull it up, scan the QR. If that was a thing, then I don't even remember.
I had no idea.
But he would have, like, added us, I think, in that very moment.
And then he goes, so what's your names? I am like, what?
You're like,
Lord, for me.
I don't know, actually. I don't know my name.
I had no recollection. Just brain damage. No, I don't have a name.
I am a true crime junkie. I've heard at my 17 years of life, at that point, already knew you don't mess with this. And I don't know if it was, thinking back, I think it was a smart thing to do.
It was a very smart thing to do.
But I gave fake names.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they were, but I did not say our actual names.
But you kept, all I do remember is you were talking to me and you said this other name and I didn't respond or like look up at you for a hot second.
Yeah.
And I was like, I glitched and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Get it together.
I forgot about that. Like, get with the program.
It's like,
your name has changed.
It's like, I don't know who's who. Is that me? Is that you?
Why did I be talking to myself?
It didn't click because while that was happening and she was entertaining this man and telling him all about our fake lives.
Not in a bad way. I was just trying not to get killed.
She was keeping him distracted, not entertaining. That's the wrong word. She was distracting him. As this was happening, in high school, I was friends with guys. Like, I was not a fan of many girls in our high school. I had a lot of guy friends. So what did I do? I started texting every single man I knew. And I was like, you need to call me immediately. You would be baffled by how many people were like, why, what's up?
Yeah. I'm telling you to call me. Just call me.
Just call me. You don't have to even talk to me. You can call me and
dial a phone. Yeah, that's it.
So one of my friends who happened to be like out at a party and like hammered, this man had no clue what was going on, calls me and he's like, "Hey, Bree, what are you doing?" And I was like, yes. I made sure this man saw my phone. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I don't think I said your name because I didn't remember it. And I was like, oh, guess who's here? So-and-so, Matt, this one, that. I named every guy name I could think of. If there was a baby book, it was like I was reading through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're here. I was like, all right, I'm standing on the rocks. I'm like, we're on the second pier. Come on down. Like, we'll meet you here.
So smart. Smarter than the names thing. Like, so smart.
And he's like, oh my gosh, why are you saying that there's so many? What, are you in trouble? I'm like, yes, stay on the phone with me. And he was like, do you want me to come there? I'm like, no, you're hammered.
Yeah, just hang up.
Just stay on the phone with me until I get back to the car. So eventually, mysterious man decided he didn't want the smoke. Left.
Are we keeping that in?
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't want the smoke. And he was like, all right, well, it's good talking to you. And starts like walking down the pier.
And we were like, phew, let's get out of here. We booked it so fast.
Like the second, like we hopped over the fence. Now we're walking on the pier behind him. And I'm like yelling out names. Like, I'm like, yeah, over here. Blah, blah, blah. The second he made a right, we had to make a left.
Yeah. Yeah. Gone.
Immediately disappeared.
Yeah. And now that I'm reliving this in my head, my mom was calling me.
She knew.
She knew.
And we got,
but she also didn't know that we went there.
Right.
She thought I was at your house. So she calls me and she's like, I need you to come home right now. And we were 30 minutes away.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this.
We were 30 minutes away. She's like, I need you to come home right now. Bree lives like 10 minutes from me at the time.
Right.
And I was like, I can't do that. It was like, well, I got in the car and she called again. And I picked up the phone. She heard that I was in the car.
Right.
And she was like, I need you to come home right now. And I was like, I'm still panicking and shaking from that whole interaction. And now my mom is like, get home right now. And I'm like, I'm 30 minutes away and almost just died. How do I say that? Like, I don't even know where I am.
I'm processing my trauma right now. Can you just give me a minute?
I'll be home when I can. Oh my gosh. I don't remember how. I think I told her like that we went. I was like, oh, we actually went to. I tried to stay so calm, but I think she heard it in my voice. Moms know. Moms just like have an intuition. And
yes.
Yeah, she was just like, I think I ended up telling her because it's hard for me to lie. And I was like, we found this beach. We were just driving and we happened to find this beach. So like, we're on our way home now. She's like, what beach? What are you talking about? Where did you go? And I'm like, Mom, I don't know.
I have no idea. Okay, I wish I didn't come. I know it was a bad idea.
It was a stupid decision. Regretful now.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was wild.
But the best part, like I think about this and I'm 99% sure the entire way home, we like screamed like Usher or something. Like we were like blaring music, singing because we were like, we're not talking about what just a good, we're not having that conversation because no.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah. It might have been Alicia Keys.
That I vaguely remember.
Maybe, I think it was No One.
No one. Oh, no. Different parts.
Give it away. I can't sing.
No,
and I will sing a million times, but I apologize for those listening. Because it's not cute.
It's not cute. It's not pleasant on the ears.
No, but you know what? Suck it up. You're fine. So what did you expect?
That's so rude.
Did you expect a different response from me?
No.
Okay.
But they're just innocent listeners.
If you're listening to us, you're not innocent. Let's be real. If you think we're funny, no.
Fair. Right? Fair enough.
So what did we learn?
Don't go to random piers at 17 and sit on the rocks.
Don't go to sketchy places at
Don't
night.
go to sketchy places at night, period.
Don't go to sketchy places, period.
But, okay, again, in our defense, we didn't know it was sketchy.
We didn't know.
I don't even know how we heard about this place.
I do.
Oh.
So at the time, I did martial arts for a very, very long time. A friend of mine took me during the day, and we went, and it was fine. It didn't seem sketchy. It didn't seem like out of place, anything. I was like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. So we were both dying in our feels. I was like, oh, I know this place, and it's not so far. It's not like driving down to Belmar, So that's how we ended up there. So it was my fault. I apologize for trying to
It's all your fault.
And it really is. What the hell?
At night, no less.
Oh,
but
we didn't know.
Yeah, so if you're in your emo feelings, basically moral of the story, process them at home.
Yeah.
Or
at a friend's house.
nearby. Yeah. Don't go to sketchy places.
Go to a Starbucks. Cry there. It's okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Don't do that. But if you do happen to do that, think on your feet quickly and don't give them your real name, and make sure you have someone on speed dial that can call you.
Yes. And have
not your mom.
No, because if I texted my mother to call me that night, my mom would have been there in about 30 seconds. She would have teleported and beat the man up.
Yes. Accurate.
She's a real one.
Yeah.
She's a real one.
So those are the lessons.
Oh, I don't think Misha's ready for the second story.
I'm not. This story, to this day, how many years has it been? That was 2017. It's been 8 years since this happened. And I still, we were just talking about it before we started recording, and there are things that I completely blocked out of my memory and did not remember. There are things that I still don't remember. Where Bree's saying that this happened, I'm zero recollection of that occurring. I have so much anxiety thinking about this story. But, we're here.
We're going to get through it.
And we're talking about it. So let's just get into it, I guess. We were seniors in high school. And in our high school, during senior year, there's something called Senior Assassin. I don't know if this is a normal thing or if this was just in our district, because it was all the high schools, right?
I don't know. I think
it wasn't just us.
Extremely aggressive high school. Yes, it was just our school district, I think. I don't think other schools outside of our district participated.
We could be wrong. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, it was Senior Assassin, and basically it's not a school-run thing. It's a student-run thing, but the school knows about it. It's a tradition. It happens every year. It was happening, I don't know how many years before us. But basically, someone gets appointed to okay, let me kind of start from the beginning. You team up and it's a pair. So Bree and I were a team, and then everybody else who decides to play teams up into a pair of two, and someone gets appointed to, I don't think they were selecting as they were supposed to. What's the word that I'm looking for? Basically put everyone into the thing, and a system kind of decides who is trying to assassinate you and who your team needs to assassin.
So wait, we're gonna clarify. There's no assassinating. It's a water gun fight.
It's a water gun.
I'm just gonna put that out there. It's a water gun fight.
I'm sorry. We did not. It was. You had to have water guns, and basically the point of the game is you have to assassinate, quote unquote, with your water gun, the team that you were assigned to.
Yes.
And then if you get them out, you get appointed another team.
Or you're safe.
Or you're safe for that round.
Yes. And that there's a team that has you as well, and they have to get you out.
Right.
So everyone is going after everyone type of thing, but
right. And there were
targets.
Yeah, and there were spaces you were safe in your car and in your house. And
school.
And school.
Anywhere on school property.
Right. So like you couldn't assassinate someone with your water gun like as they're walking to their car from school.
Right.
But if they drive to work after school and you happen to be there already and they're walking into work and you assassinate them, they're out of the game.
Right.
But you have to assassinate both players
right.
in order to proceed to the next round.
Yeah.
So we're I need a minute to collect. We are convinced that by how everything played out, that the game was rigged.
It was rigged. I hold grudges. We know this. If you listen to previous episodes, I'm mad. I'm still a little mad about it.
It was definitely rigged. The people that had to assassinate us, there's some history there. I'm not going to go into it, but there were grudges.
It was wrong. It was the first round, like first day, like there's no reason for it to be like that. Like if it was towards the end of the game and they were like, all right, this might make things interesting, fine.
Right. But yeah,
ridiculous.
It was intentional. It was rigged because they had known the person that coordinated and gave everyone their assignments. So it was definitely rigged. When we found out, we were like,
ugh,
damn it, that sucks. But also like, I'm not shocked.
Right.
Like it was rigged. It was definitely rigged. So the people that we had to assassin was like fine, I think. Like at least one of them, like there was nothing there. But the other one was friends with the people that were trying to assassinate us.
Yeah.
So eventually they ended up teaming up together to get us out.
So to backtrack a bit.
Yeah.
So it's the day of, and I worked at the karate school at the time. And the karate school was literally 3 minutes from, not even, like it's walking distance from our high school. And I was like, if my car is here, they're going to know that I'm here. And that's it. Like, I don't know how I'm doing this. So
you had a very distinct car.
I drove a lifted red Jeep on like 35-inch wheels. Like it was a big car.
Yeah.
Everyone knew it was me.
Yeah, no one else had that car.
It was a very, that's Brie. You couldn't miss me. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to work. Like, I'm screwed. So we decided we were going to switch cars.
Yeah.
So I took Misha's car to work and Misha took my car.
Yeah. And I took your car. I had a gynecology appointment that day, actually. And I wanted to stop home first before my appointment, but I went in Bree's car and I drove by my house to see if anyone was there, and someone was there hiding in another person's car that wasn't even part of the game. Mm-hmm. So I just did not go home. I clocked them, continued driving, went to my appointment. No one followed me. That was fine. And then after my appointment, I'm heading back. She calls me and tells me that there's like 4 cars circling your work.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No. You dropped my car off.
I dropped your car off
at my house. Yes. So she dropped my car off at my house, and then she was hanging out with some friends, and I was at work, and it was finally time to leave. And my boss is like, there's like 3 cars that keep circling here. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, they literally keep circling and driving back and forth. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So then I saw one of them get out of the car and they're like walking up and down outside of my job. So I call Mish and I'm like, I don't know how I'm leaving here. There's 3 cars here, 4 cars here. They're circling. There's people standing outside. Like, what do I do? So she was like, we're coming to come pick you up. Don't worry about it. We'll be right there. Which it took me, I want to say about a half hour to get out of the
it took a long time to get her out. And you ended up coming out of the back door.
Literally ran out the back door. She opened the back door of the car and I like hopped in and slammed it shut. Like it was wild.
Yeah. So that already, like the precedent of that night was started right there. And it was like, fuck. Like this is gonna be rough.
It is.
That's it. Like it doesn't sound like much listening to it, where it's like, oh, a couple cars were started. No, it like they were set to kill. Like their target, it was like shoot to kill, and that is the objective of the game. But you're supposed to do it in a fun way, and automatically you could feel. I remember feeling like this is not gonna be a fun game.
No, like it was scary, like genuinely scary. Because you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like
I can't even get out of my job without feeling like I'm going to get hit by a car.
And it wasn't like it was like, oh, they were like hiding around the corner, which they could have done. And they probably would have gotten me out.
That's a normal thing to do. Like, people will go to somebody's house, hide behind some bushes, and happen to catch them. And like, that's a normal thing to do. You laugh about it, you move on.
Right.
But like this, and this is only the beginning, it only gets worse.
It's so much worse.
It was taken to a whole other level. So Bree hops into this car and they end up clocking us and they start chasing us. And they end up being two cars. One's in front of us and one is behind us. And the one in front, was this in this car or my car?
Yes. So we're still in a friend's car. Like, neither of us are driving.
We're not driving.
This is like not our car. We're lost. And we're driving down a 2-lane road. So it's one lane going this way, one lane coming the other way. And we're going like 90 down this road because there's a car literally rammed up our ass and another car in front of us that keeps brake checking us. So we're like, okay. And I don't think they were in front of us yet. Both of them were behind us because we got out and we were like, all right, let's go. This person cut across 2 yellow lines and cut us off.
Yeah, oh my God.
Cut us off, slams on the brake, and then throws the car in reverse to try and hit the car we were in. Mind you, there's another car still behind us. We're all going 90. Like, almost ran us off the road. It was... I see me chewing her lip because I feel the anxiety that's going... It was we were screaming in the back.
This, again, was not even our car yet. They were not even at the part where I was driving, okay?
The best part is the people that were driving us weren't even playing Senior Assassin.
No.
Weren't a part of the game. They wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They were an angel.
Yeah, they were an angel. No, like, God bless them, really, because that... Oh, okay, I'm going to move on before I start freaking out. Okay, then... How did we get to my car?
Okay, but before we get to her car, so I think Misha just blocked this part out. So I'm going to explain this section and then I'm going to let her explain the second half of this story. So after they almost hit us and almost ran us off the road, we decided we were going to pull through a development to try and get away from them. And in doing so, we ended up in a cul-de-sac. And normal people would be like, okay, I'm going to sit here and wait a couple minutes, but then we're just going to move on. We sat in this cul-de-sac for, I want to say, a good half hour. And there's 2 cars, headlights towards us, and they kept, like, revving the engines like they were going to, like, ram into us. And they're blocking the cul-de-sac so we can't get out. And we're like, you need to move. Like, this is not even funny. Move. And they're like, just get out of the car. We'll get you out. And that'll be it. That was not an option for me or Mish. So... what did I do? I started calling friends. I was friends with a couple of degenerates. Not that they're actually degenerates. They were just ballsy. That's a better word. I was friends with ballsy people. And I call up one of my friends and I'm like, hey, can you tow a car? And they were like, yeah. Why? Are you stuck? Do you need help? I was like, I need help. I'm not stuck. I was like, we're getting blocked in a cul-de-sac right now and they won't let us out. Would you mind towing some cars for me? And they were like, absolutely. You just tell me where. So they're still screaming at us, get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the car. So I roll down the window and I was like, you have 2 options. Either you move willingly or my friend's going to get here and they're going to tow both of you. You pick. And one of the kids was like, do you know who I am? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't care who you are. Move. I don't know how we ended up out of the cul-de-sac, but eventually they moved, something happened, and we got out. And from there, we went back to the karate school because we lost them at some point. And then we switched into Nisha's car. And then it gets crazier.
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember a single part of that.
Really?
Nothing. 0 recollection. 0. You're like talking about it and I'm trying to... nothing.
We were stuck in a cul-de-sac.
Anyway, we get back to Bree's job where my car was, and we get into my car. Now it's just the 2 of us, right?
Yes.
The other 2, or the original car we were in, God bless them, went home.
They were like, we're done. We're not doing this.
We're in my car, And I think we just wanted to go home because I was sleeping at your house that night.
Yes.
So I think we were just trying to go home and call it a night because it was crazy already as it was. And I was not having any more of it. No. They said, no, not today. They saw my car, saw it was us, and started chasing us
Again.
all around our town. And I don't mean just like chasing like harmless fun. I mean literally high-speed chases around our town that almost got us run off the road numerous times. Numerous times. My driving skills that night,
Top tier.
top freaking tier.
Top tier.
Top tier. Because how I did not get hit, how either car didn't get hit that we were in, blows my mind. Like, that's how bad it was. It was rough. It was rough. But everything that my brother taught me on how to drive stuck in my brain, and thank God for it, because we made it out scot-free, car-wise.
Yeah.
Trauma-wise, not the same.
Absolutely not.
Not the same. I don't know. We were high-speeding around our town, and they're chasing us. There's two cars. One's in front, one's behind. One's trying to run us off the road. The other one's trying to hit us from the back. Like, it was wild. It was wild. And mind you, like, we're just two girls. We're just two girls. And then there's like four guys
Literally.
trying to assassinate us with a water gun. It's not that serious.
I think that's what makes it so much better.
Like, we're talking about senior assassin with water guns.
A water gun fight.
A water gun fight that you take to a whole other level. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening? This cannot be happening right now. Like, I literally thought that I thought my dad was going to kill me because I thought I was going to have to make a call and be like, my car got like, we were playing. He would have been like, what happened? Senior assassin. Like, that's so stupid.
Wait, and now that I'm thinking about it, didn't someone actually wreck their car that night because they ran over what is that? A stone mailbox? I think the mailbox was in my development.
Yes.
Like,
wait.
Yes.
I don't remember who that was, but I feel like vaguely I remember that.
Yes. And like, so it wasn't just us that this like got to a whole new level, but like mailboxes were destroyed. That it was a mess.
Anyway, this is going on, and I've about had it. Long time ago. I was done. I did not want to continue this. I call my brother. My brother is, 11 years older than me. He is my badass brother who I call whenever I'm in trouble.
You don't mess with him.
You don't mess with him.
No.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we're 11 years apart. I'm like his little girl, kind of.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with me. You don't do it. He's not going to let you. I call my brother. I should have done it way sooner.
Yes.
And I mean way sooner. Whatever. I wasn't trying to like start anything because he will literally fuck you up if I ask him to. Wasn't trying to get it that far. They ended up taking it that far. And I called him and I was like, this is going on. I'm about to get into an accident. I'm coming to your house because I need you to just take care of this for me because I'm done. He said, no problem. I'm home. Come on over. He gets his car out of the driveway. And again, like, there are so many pieces of this specific situation that I blocked out of my memory because I called him for some clarification. And
we all have
different versions and like different bits and pieces of the story, but this is what we've like conclusively determined all together.
General consensus.
He pulls his car out of the driveway so that I can pull in and he could block the other car that was driving because then it was his property and he could be like, you're not allowed on my property. We pull in. He tries to scoot forward to block the car. He blocks the car from the road. The car hops the curb onto his property, onto the lawn. Right? Is that basically what happened?
Not like the lawn, like, like it, like their tire went up onto the curb, and I think they came back down though because they had to fix it. But one car was like pulled back like all the way down onto the side, and then there was a car that like pulled up right in front of your brother.
Yeah. So that was the main car, I think. Or were there 3 cars?
I think there was 2 that showed up. I think it was the second car that pulled up in front because they didn't know any better. I think the main car was like...
The main car is the one that popped the curb.
Then it would switch. The main car popped the curb and it was right in front. Yes.
Yeah. So my brother gets out of his car. He walks up to the other car, the main car, and says, "You need to leave. This is my property. You need to go. This isn't fun. You're, being dumb. Leave.
You're going to cause an accident. Like, this is gone on long enough. Give it a rest tonight. Go home. Try again tomorrow."
Right. The mature, normal thing to do. No. Wrong. Incorrect. That was not an option for these people, apparently. They said, "No, I'm not leaving." Which, okay. Do you, man? Because I'm out of here. Like, I'm done. Good for you. Done. You want to say that to him? By all means. My brother called the cops. And basically, the reason was reckless driving.
Right.
Because we almost died. And I don't say that like
being dramatic.
It might sound dramatic. And we might even be thinking about it like more than it was. It's possible. I think we genuinely almost died that night.
No, when I tell, like, there are very few times in my life that I've genuinely feared for my life, and that night was one of them.
That night was one of them. If I didn't know how to drive, which like at 17, that's what you would expect.
Right.
We would not have gotten out of there in one piece.
No.
Like something would have been broken. Whether it was my car or us or some hospital bills, like something would have gone down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was God with me that night because I could swear to you, left, down, up, and right, we would have died. Something would have happened. Something bad would have happened.
The fact that nothing happened is wild.
A miracle.
Looking back to it,
a
like
literal miracle.
There was 1, we had no business driving like that. 2,
it's a game.
Well, yes, but like, I mean, like, logically thinking about it, we had no business driving like that. We were 17. The amount of accidents that happened just in our school parking lot was astronomical. And we managed to get into a literal Fast and Furious high-speed chase through our town and nothing occurred is unfathomable.
And like, no cop was around either. That was bizarre to me because there's cops everywhere in our town.
I remember us sitting in the back going, I hope we pass a cop.
Yeah. I remember that.
I hope we pass a cop.
Yes. Because it was unwell. It was unwell.
It was not.
It was unhinged. Let me just say, it was unhinged. The whole situation was absolutely unhinged. So my brother said, "I'm calling the cops." He called the cops. And I don't know if they left while the cops were on their way or after they had gotten there.
I think once he started dialing, they were like, all right, we're going.
Yeah.
And they left.
They left. And we thought, okay, that was it. End of the night. I slept at Bree's house. We are wired, but also like so beat. I remember feeling so exhausted, but not being able to sleep because like, what the fuck just happened? What?
I don't know why, but I vaguely, very, very vaguely remember your brother driving us home back to my house that night.
You're right. No, you're right. But how did we get to school? Did your mom drive us?
No, that's
your
why.
car. Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
He drove us home because you were like, I'm not going.
Yes, you're right. He did drive.
Because he had a whole conversation with my mom, and my mom's like, I'll handle it. And he was like, I would have handled it too, but it's taken care of.
Right.
I was like,
yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
And that's why he picked you up from school the next day.
Well, yeah, because yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
My car was at his house, and I very distinctly remember I am not driving for the next however long it takes, because the PTSD that I had was wild. I was not driving. I was not getting behind the car. I did not want to be on the road. It was bizarre. He drove us home. Yeah, drove us to your house. You're right. And we were wired, whatever. We ended up going to sleep. I wore your mom's sweatpants to school the next day. No, I wore her Sure. I don't know. I think maybe the whole outfit was hers. I don't know. Because I don't know if I was supposed to sleep over.
I think we were supposed to sleep over. Like, it was one of the, like, we were like, oh, we'll go in one car so that way it's less likely for anything to happen type of thing. I have no idea.
I know. I very distinctly remember wearing your mom's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but whatever. So we go to school the next day. I'm pissed. We're both pissed. We are furious. We are like, we woke up the next morning and we were like, did that really happen last night? Like, there's no way that actually went down.
It felt like a fever dream.
Yes.
Like a fever dream.
And we had to go to school. Can you imagine after all of that going to school the next day? No. No, it was... I did not want to see anyone. I did not want to talk to anyone. I wanted to hole up and just...
It was one of those things where, like, we walked in and anyone who knew about the situation took one look at us and was like, I'm not speaking to them.
Yeah. No.
So after we've gotten to school, there was one class where one of the people that had us was in my class and specifically sat at my table. And they're starting. They're like, it's a game. I don't understand. You call the cops, blah, 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 blah. This is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Like, nonstop, like being a pain. And I just remember looking at them and being like, I didn't call the cops. Nisha's brother called the cops because you refused to leave his property. I didn't call the cops on you for nearly taking me out. But what I will say is, I don't care, game or no game. If you step foot on my property, I will knock your teeth in. So if you want a picture, bloodied with no teeth, me wet with a water gun, no problem. Down. You know where I live. And then immediately after this period finishes, who gets called down to the principal's office?
Me. I did.
And them.
And one of the other...
The one that sat at my table.
The one that sat at your table and the one that there was, like, history with. The reason that
this was such an issue.
Right. The two of us, for some reason. Not, like, all four.
No.
The people that were... Or the other, like, random people that didn't even have us who were also chasing us around our town. No. Just us two. Get called down to the principal's office, and the principal is like, you know, we can't have that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know it's not a school run thing, but, you know, like, what, I don't even remember what he said. He couldn't disqualify us. He didn't disqualify us because it's not a school thing. He just basically was like, you need to be more careful. Don't let that happen again. And I was like, it wasn't me. Don't tell me it can't happen again. I know it can't happen again. I wasn't the one that made it happen. I just made it out alive. That's it. Like, don't talk to me about it. So, I don't know why I was called down. The cops weren't called on me because I was being reckless. So anyway, we left the principal's office. We didn't say a word to each other. We both walked down, just went our separate ways. And then, not only did we just get this text, it was a mass text to everyone in the school who was part of this game. Or it was on a Facebook. I think there was like a Facebook
page. Group or something like that.
It was announced to Facebook that we were disqualified.
We were disqualified because you're not allowed to involve the police. And they like sent a copy of the rules and was like, you know, please be aware on the road, be safe, blah, blah, blah. The other team was still in.
These motherfuckers, I can't. It gets me so mad because why don't you take a step back for a second and reflect? Why are we in this situation? Let me think. You are the one that set it up. You are the one that rigged it. You are the one that made this happen. Okay, you don't want to take responsibility and you want to post all of the rules and regs and that the cops can't be involved? Okay, look at the people who made the cops involved. Maybe take a step back and think about why this happened. Why were the cops involved? Well, maybe because they were trying to run us off the damn road. I don't know. Self-reflect for a second. Why were we disqualified? We didn't call the cops, nor did we make the situation what it was. I need a minute. Just to remind everybody, it's
This is 8 years ago. This happened 8 years ago. Which is still big.
I am mad. Look, there's no more beef, I would say, like there was then. Like, I don't have beef with anyone. Things have passed, things have changed. I'm not like knocking any people that were involved.
No.
I'm pissed at the situation. I'm pissed that we were 17 and going through this, and that we got disqualified for something that wasn't our fault.
Oh my gosh.
And no one took responsibility at all. And like, that was bizarre to me because we got the shit under the stick. This happened night one when it was supposed to be a fun game that turned Fast and freaking Furious. Like, I watched all the movies. I was a huge fan. Loved all of that. Maybe that's where I learned all my driving skills, to be honest, because
You and Vin Diesel?
yes, that's Paul Walker. Yeah, hell yeah. Like, the three of us were in that car together that night. Like, maybe that's where I learned it. Did I want that to be real life? No. Am I pissed that was how my senior assassin experience was? Yes. Yes, I am. Because everyone else had a pleasant experience and it was fun and it was funny. People wore like wigs to distract other people, and like
It ended up, as the game progressed, it's supposed to get more and more fun. So like you had like immunity objects. So like you would see like random seniors walking around holding a pineapple because it was like the immunity object, or like wearing a sombrero. Like it was supposed to be a really funny, good time.
yeah.
It was in fact not for us.
No, it wasn't. Like, as two best friends that are just trying to have a good time during Senior Assassin, that was not the case. And I'm a little butthurt about it because everyone else got to experience it in a good way.
Yeah,
And we didn't.
I don't know about that. I feel like it got so out of hand, especially over the last like couple of years. Like my brother's younger than I am, so he went through it after I did, and
Oh, it's still going?
yeah,
They're still doing it? I could have sworn that they were going to like stop it after that.
I do think that they did stop it for a while, and it like got quiet, and then it like picked back up, type of thing. But it's just, there is no reason for it to be that insane. Like it's a water gun fight.
Yeah.
It's
not that serious.
Take a deep breath, bud. It's all right.
Yeah.
It was wild. Absolutely wild.
A lot of things that I blocked out of my memory from that time. A lot of things. It was
something.
Not fun. It was not fun.
So, to reflect a bit, did we make smart decisions?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'll explain.
What do you think we should do differently now?
Don't play Senior Assassin because we're 25 years old. Probably a good thing to do. Fair.
Who was the real villain?
Huh. That's a good question. You mean like between old creepy guy on the boardwalk and Senior Assassin people?
I think Senior Assassin people, me personally. Because you know what? Old creepy guy could have just been a little creepy because, he was a weird man on a pier. And I don't know. We don't know enough about weird creepy guy on the pier.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Came over, asked for social media, and then heard other men were coming and left. I don't know what his intentions were. I don't know what was going on. But
if I had to put money on it, I'd say his intentions were not good. Well, 0 out of 10 intentions.
I didn't think they were. I just don't want to assume.
We don't have enough information to call him the villain.
Right. Like, they intentionally did what they did.
Right.
Knowingly.
At the same time, they were also 17 and stupid.
But we at 17 knew that we don't do Fast and Furious through our town.
You're not wrong.
for a water gun.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I agree with you.
That's all I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying,
I'm tell you.
I'm just, putting it out there. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
What do I know?
I know we went a little hard about the story. No hard feelings.
No,
It's, it's in the past. It's done. Whatever. We lived, we learned. It was an experience, wasn't a great one, but we moved on. Even though by moving on, I mean we just deleted it from our memory. And that's okay. But no hard feelings. That's it.
I feel like I have a good lesson for this.
Okay.
If you're going to play senior assassin, to any younger listeners, which I hope you're not this
Yeah.
listening to our podcast, but if you are going to play senior assassin or get involved in any kind of extremely competitive type of event, it should probably come with a legal waiver and a therapist.
Yeah.
That's it. I feel like this is cute. Our little interactive segment, Would We Survive? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. We rate each other's survival skills based on these stories. All right.
I'm giving you a 9 out of 10.
Wait, I didn't say it yet.
Oh. No, I think that's separate. I think we're rating our survival skills.
Oh, on the stories that we told.
Yes, I'm rating you a 9 out of 10.
Thank
you. Lost the point there for the beach scenario. Yeah, you gave the names, but then you were like,
And then I was useless. Yeah.
But you Fast and Furious us out of the bad scenario, so your rating
Okay.
up.
Okay. I will also give you a 9 out of 10.
I appreciate it.
Because your badass getting someone to call you beach situation was 10 out of 10. What knocked you a point was when I said your fake name and you didn't respond.
Fair.
Honestly, fair. I can't really rate on like the senior assassin situation because you were just there.
I was calling for backup. I'm always calling for backup, which is so funny because I never call for backup.
Yeah.
But
that
was good.
High five.
That was a really good high five.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rapid fire survival scenarios.
Oh, Lord.
All right. If we got trapped in a horror movie, who dies first? I'm going to say me.
You do.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but you do.
No, it's okay. You can be mean. It's definitely me. I don't do horror. I don't do scary. Someone could pop out behind a wall unintentionally and I will have a heart attack. That's it. I'm gone right there. That's it.
You wanted me to die because the killer came after you. You were just scared.
They would literally scare me to death. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's so fair. Definitely me.
Okay, who's more likely to accidentally cause a survival situation?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
Who would get us into the situation where we'd need to be in like fight or it's me.
It's you. It's
100% me.
That's you. 1000% you. You're a little miss. Oh, you want to go? Let's go. And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. It would definitely be
100%. It's my fault. Without a doubt.
Who's better under pressure, fight, flight, or panic and cry? I think we're both good under pressure in different ways.
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I could fight us out of something. We'll get out of there.
Yeah.
And you could talk us out of something.
Yeah.
And that's why we work.
Yeah. For sure.
Have you ever been in a situation like this?
I need to know.
Please.
I need to know. And send like any survival stories that you have that are unhinged like this or not, whatever you want to send. I need to hear these stories. Please send them.
Please. We'll do a whole other episode on your crazy survival stories and things that, you really thought you were going to die.
Because we did. And we can react to them. That would be fun. We could say what we would have done differently. And you guys could tell us if you would have done something differently in our stories. Like, I think for Senior Assassin, I don't know what I would have done differently for the beach one other than just not going.
Yes, I agree with that. I don't think that was necessarily our fault. I think that we just didn't know.
Right. Senior Assassin, I think we should have ended it a lot earlier.
I think that we shouldn't have done any of it. I think we should have parked the car and sat there and waited them out. Like,
right.
I don't think that we should have been driving. I think we should have just sat down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should have not entertained the whole thing.
We poked a little bit.
Whatever though.
It's fine.
Whatever.
We can admit our faults.
We can.
Admit our
So
faults.
looking back, I think if I would have done anything differently, it would have been just to call it earlier. It would have been a smarter decision.
For sure.
But I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me show off my skills here. Wrong. Don't do that.
We love it. It's fine.
Comment below which one you thought was the scariest situation. You think the more terrifying one? Was it the beach situation with the creepy guy, or was it Senior Assassin? Love to hear your thoughts.
Genuinely.
And I really want to hear your I almost died sort of stories.
Blech. Please send them in.
Please. Our email is chatmbtea@gmail.com. You can write in there, and that's how you can get involved. Our Instagram is also chatmbtea. If you are listening and not watching, our YouTube is, you guessed it, Chat MBTEA. And yeah, this was really fun.
It was
As anxiety driven as it was, this was fun.
It was fun to reminisce about the days when we were able to be young and dumb. You know what I mean?
I also feel like this was good for me to just let it go.
Honestly, it was needed.
I think it was because we never talked about it.
No.
After that.
Like, that was it.
We never went back and were like, remember that time? And if we did, it was just like, yeah, that was crazy. We never like really sat and dissected the situation until today.
Right.
And I think I needed that to just be like, okay,
I'm okay.
it happened. It was rough. We're good.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine.
That's it. Don't make stupid decisions. And if you do, learn from them. That's about it.
Fair.
We'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day. We love you. Bye.
Bye.